Chat, what's the word? We back. We back. Shout out to my YouTube family. Oh, everybody dropping the likes, subscribing, sharing it to people that you might see, you might know. It's been all love. I really do appreciate y'all. We back. We back. About this some quick reacts. We got two videos to pop in and view real quick. So we're gonna go ahead and pull them up, and we're gonna keep it pushing. I appreciate everybody pulling up, coming in. What's up? What's up? Okay, so let's share the screen. Um, also share time audio. He said no milk at all. I guarantee by the fifth wing he be grabbing for it. I said 3. I was trolling, but by the fifth though, he definitely gonna be like, bring some more out. Hey, Kev can be talking about her like, ain't bro on a Just for Men's box or something like that. Like, we know you trying to never really just go from 50,000 point Bron to Kai LBA. I think, but let me give them a creative solution right now. Amazon, the places that already own the streaming rights to the platform, y'all already have streamers on there, so they should be independent contractors to be able to do the work. Let's think about it. Bring it together. Come on. And don't cut me out when y'all make the deal. Remember I said it, but like Amazon, y'all already got the biggest streamers. They're live, most likely when your biggest games are supposedly on, that would usually be on television. So go to the places where the people are already at, and you're gonna get new people who already subscribe, and then you just pitch it more through Amazon or the places that already have the streaming service with streamers on them. Let's not, come on. That's what I was trying to get everybody to understand. Like, even no matter what position you in, streamer, artist, like certain apps might be better for you because it might just be the accessibility to it. And then try to find your ways to match the industry quality, the industry sound. So if that's the 4K, the low budget camera, you feel me, with the setup, with the laptop, and then you hook it up to your console, capture card, you know what I'm saying? Things like that you can just get off the back end. And it's also travel necessities too, because you're gonna be moving around and meeting and connected with so many people. So it's like best to start small in all areas, even credit and finance, getting your life together. It's like take them increments and them baby steps that's gonna get you in the good motions to build great habits. So when you do get more opportunity, you actually know and love the process of actually going in and doing the actual work behind learning the camera.
What's okay,
you know what I'm
what you
saying?
need and what you really
So nobody can tell you what you need to be doing, or or need to look like this. You should already have your own vision going in and finding your best ways to just go accomplish that. Now that he mentioned that, shout out to the Discord, everybody. If you've seen this on YouTube or whatever platform you might be getting this message from, hit me in a DM or somebody that you know that's close. You feel me? If you're a creative entrepreneur, anybody that want to promote things and connect, that actually push people and actually show up, actually go on like videos, repost them, use people's sounds, you feel me, help people in different ways, then those the way you should be showing up. So DM us, you know what I'm saying, hit the Discord and just show up and support the people, you know what I'm saying? You'll get that love back for sure. So just put it out there. Let's say it for him. It has to be that still that authentic nature and how you push your sound or how you interact with people in general and push products and put products and things in front of the right people. You know what I'm saying? Right people in places. So yeah, so it still has to be an authentic catch to it. It still has to be a good product, place, music, whatever. So it's attainable for a lot of people to retain it and want to share the message to other people. So you gotta like
the authenticity
know how to find that balance.
And
then when we in the era now of that everything needs to be structured, or everybody's already showing their life in a sense to like an oversaturation point that only the top comparisons of the people that are glamorized rise to the top, then you get an effect of people who want to do it or people who don't. But then when you really lock in and you start to be able to see it, it's about the consistent effort of taking people along the journey with you, whether that be the streamers who are also make music. So if you also have that creative bridge that you can get where you can be good at bringing community and people together, and you also make great sounds, then you just be able to move the needle. And I've seen that just in my personal case from my own personal experience.
human or style.
I think Kyle would rather go talent agency or something along that magnitude, where, or realistically, he would probably keep it super hands off and just since he grew up and a lot of his friends are streamers or people that he helped cultivate in the community, he probably just give people ideas and you feel me, and just have a platform where he might put some money behind some people to help people movies and ideas come to life. You just never know from positioning, but I don't think he would own the record label. I think he will still make more probably music, which will results in gold plaques and plaques on the walls. You feel me, from here and there, just some catchy sounds and being trendy and shit like that. But I don't think you'll have unless it moves the dollar and the needle for them. And by them, I mean rice and peas. Like, come on, man. People ain't tried curry chicken, rice and peas, things of that nature, Kai. Come on, man. Bonnie be putting in work in the summer league.
Welcome to Rip Up the Blueprint.
Okay, buddy.
Make it what you want. Turn walls to art. Make every...
You just a yapping.
Who's excited for the game? Anyone?
Come on, man.
20th Game 7 in NBA Finals history. If the Googles are truthful, which is incredible, right? Like, we both played in Game 7s.
Okay, this is the first thing we got to address. For them to absolutely be dropping this almost a month after the finals ended 10 hours ago, that's why the viewership is at its point. It's still Bron and, you know, Nash, but so you're going to get the viewers, but come on, bro. You got to.
I want to hear more about your Game 7.
If this was shot on the Game 7 day and it's dropping today.
Let's also pay some respect to these two incredible teams.
Come on.
Oh.
Let's go. Lock in.
I mean, I think you just said
LeBron on Pacers strength.
it perfectly, Steve. I think when it comes to the two teams that's in the finals right now, obviously both of them are respected and have earned it. You know,
absolutely one hell of a finals. It's crazy that I even saying that what I said sentiment a few seconds ago, that a month later no one's actually talking about the championship anymore, celebrating the champions, things of that nature. Just a big move on fest.
Pacers team, obviously you guys saw a lot of them too the last round, but you know, the way they move the ball, the pace and space that they play with, I think, you know, the best gift that the Pacers have is the unselfishness of Halliburton. I think his ability to get off the ball early, you know, get the ball back in semi-transition, but just the ball has so much energy, and to see what the Pacers are doing, you know, with their pace and space.
Need teammates. Also being able to take advantage of that one-on-ones or open space, and then also Hallie has to still be super aggressive, because when you come up and you press and you stop those things, where do you go to next as a team?
You know, getting the ball up, you know, letting Pascal, you know, go against the defense before it's set. You know, I think it's just it's a great way to the game of basketball that the Pacers are playing right now.
For sure. I would say this about Tyrese. I think he's one of the greatest simple early passers I've ever seen.
Not as blasphemous, Steve Nash, the greatest one of the bro. How he been in the league like 4 or 5 years now, and we calling him one of the greatest passers. Like early passers, I get it, like getting it out in transition, pushing the tempo up, but one of the greatest, Nash. I think we throw this around a little bit too loosely.
You know, sometimes when you have great vision like Tyrese, you want to hold it to make that killer pass.
That home run, right?
You think I can get something better, and you want to hold it for a second. I think we both felt that at times.
Right.
But sometimes he just gets rid of it, and what that does is it makes the defense unsettled, because they can't cheat, they can't help, they're always in a bind. So I think he's one of the greatest simple early passers of all time, and a big part of their success. For sure. What's up, young fellas?
You got
you see someone up here you like?
Outpace the space is key in today's game.
Sets, having the depth that they have, it allows you to always be energized, and those guys are playing they're playing high-level basketball, as close to 48 minutes as we've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
it's great. I mean, you nailed it, and I think we went through an era where we were trying to find 3 stars. Right. But what happens when you have a team built on 3 stars? If it's not built from the ground floor up, like through the draft, when you sign free agents, you have 3 stars. What happens is, one, you're at risk for injury.
I would argue that there was never really an era with 3 stars. It was always 2 good quality players. It was 1 star, another quality player, and a dope ass role player. Be that as you may, go to every big 3. You tell me down in the comments what you think. It was always LeBron, a great star, D-Wade, a quality help player, and Bosh was a good ass role player, because none of them by themselves singly was gonna win it all by themselves, really, and nobody has. It's a team game, so it's like
Injuries derailing your team. But 2, the game is played so fast and so physically nowadays. The 3 stars have a hard time keeping that level at both ends of the floor. It kind of falls apart both ends. And so we're seeing these 2 teams with depth. I mean, Rick Carlisle's rolling out guys who weren't even on the team earlier in the year. Tony Bradley wasn't even in rotation. Guys are
1 star,
fluctuating in and out of the rotation. Like
Murray
played himself out of the rotation next year, having a big impact in the finals. So that depth becomes so important, so they can keep up the physicality and the pace. It's been really interesting to see the 2 teams, one built from the ground floor, one just built by, quote unquote, scraps around the league they put together that were undervalued, and we're seeing them come together and play beautiful basketball. So I agree with you. Like,
now you got to think that some of the biggest guys in this finals that's making impact are, like you said, that was guys that were either giving up from a previous teams. You look at Nesmith. I feel like Obi Toppin. I feel like here Obi Toppin didn't get an opportunity to flourish as much. Nesmith, when he was drafted by Boston, didn't get an opportunity to flourish. You look at Hartenstein. Now with OKC. What he was able to do for y'all franchise last year, but bring that toughness to the OKC Thunder. Alex Caruso, obviously we've seen what he's been able to do, but all these complementary guys. It's what build teams. It's what build winning programs and winning franchises. Exactly, and that's to my point, exactly to what I just said. There's never really been a big 3 that actually won a championship. We've seen the Nets fail. They were supposed to be 3 stars that was supposed to make it. I would argue literally that it's always 1 star, LeBron James. You get another good quality player, D-Rose, who was D-Wade, was falling down at almost at the end of his powers. So it was another good quality player. Then you get a good role player in the Chris Bosh. You take the same thing and you go Jokic, Murray, and Aaron Gordon. You go KD was at the top of his joint, and Steph would have been the quality second player, and Klay Thompson was the good role player. And then when they were all separated and it was all time for them to shine, and each individual, even LeBron and everybody else, to do it by themselves, nobody was able to. But when you put Shaq star, Kobe quality second player, then you put another good role player, pick anybody from that team that probably showed up, maybe who I don't know, can't name on top of my head, but y'all get the point. And like you said, I played in the era as well as of the Big 3 era, but it's looking like now the game is starting to shift again to how can we create the most depth, but also how can we create the most energy life?
Right.
How can we have the most shelf life out on the floor, to be able to sustain, maybe sustain an injury or
because the script flipped from it was who can hold you to the most points in them. They're both sports, speaking on NBA and NFL, but back to NBA is who could hold you to the most points, and people still trying to get to that 80-90 mark to win the game. But now it's who can score the most points, who gonna get to that 120, 110, 115 range to put to close the gap and make it 15 to 25 points on either side where a team might not be able to come back. So now when the script change, you got to use energy, you got to use pacing, you got to take a lead while you can. Because it's not lockdown defense, because the skill level of all players would, you can say, in this era, dramatically increased.
Sustain or run throughout the course of a game where guys are coming in and it's infectious all game long. So you said it.
Right. Right now, you have to be able to continue to play with pace and physicality.
You got to. TJ McConnell has earned his place.
We're best employed.
TJ McConnell definitely have earned his spot, but that role sometimes only be good for players.
One that I think is really fascinating to me, and I want to give him a big shout out, is TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
he is finding his way into the paint relentlessly against incredible defenders. He's getting by Alex Caruso.
Right,
He's
right.
getting by guys like Jalen Williams. These are elite defenders. TJ's a matchup problem for them with his pace, his shiftiness, getting underneath. He's got his little underneath dribble. He's got his little fadeaway. It's so fascinating to me to realize elite defenders can still struggle with different players.
Yeah.
You've seen that in your career.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at TJ McConnell and what he's able to do right now in the finals, I think we all look at it like, how was he able to be so successful? You look at TJ.
I think all downhill players have always been a problem. Bron with top of his speed, strength, D Rose, even I don't care how small you is, if you was able to manipulate that basketball and be able to drive for good first, second step to the basket, I think you always been a problem as comparison to like, which is more taught now, like the wing defenders. The majority of the greatest players is considered like wing defenders because they good to be able to move side to side and contest shots. But I think it's the actual people, because I don't think nobody can guard somebody going down.
He's not the tallest guy, not the fastest guy. Doesn't jump, doesn't have a huge vertical. You know, but I think it's here and it's here and it's will.
Come on.
I think the one thing about TJ McConnell is that when you look at a scouting report and you read about guys, you know what their go-to moves is. You know what they want to do. You know what they least like to do.
Doing that. The most people getting off of that rebound is
when you look at a scouting report and you read about guys
and going right back out to the 3-point line and trying to make another play either for themselves, but no.
You know what their go-to moves is. You know what they will want to do. You know what they least like to do. TJ, you don't know what he's going to do. Right. It's just so random with TJ. You don't know when he's going to pull up and shoot his mid-range fadeaway in the paint. You don't know if he's going to dribble and Nash dribble all up underneath the basket and then go to his fadeaway. And he's doing that not only when Alex Caruso is guarding him, Kai Cenat is guarding him. He's even done it against Hartenstein and also Chet.
Right.
You know, so he's doing that versus everybody. So I think him not being a player that you key in on certain things that he do, you know what he like to go to, has made him be so successful in the finals so far.
For sure. I think, like you said, you don't know what he's going to do. One thing you do know he's not looking for is the three, which makes it fascinating because you know, like, okay, he's not going to pull up for three. So you think, let me give him a gap. But he uses that gap. Right. He gets momentum.
Yeah, a la Rajon Rondo. That's what made Rajon Rondo so great. Right. You know, the fact that you knew he was not going to be taking any threes, but he eat up the space, and by the time he was up on you, it was too late. And I think TJ has definitely learned. He's found that rhythm, and he's a big-time player. Yeah, for sure. He uses pace, but he also uses change of pace, and he uses the entire floor. So it doesn't matter if he has to beat his guy at half court or his guy's dropping to the free throw line or he's on the sideline, he fakes a pitch and he goes. Yeah. Just incredible intelligence, and he's been – it sounds weird to say the biggest matchup nightmare in a way other than Pascal. I think Hallie's more of the sets the table. Right. Pascal's been a matchup problem, and TJ's been a matchup problem. I absolutely agree with you. You just don't know. You don't know what TJ's going to do out on the floor. So it's hard to scout for a guy like that, you know. And, you know, like I said, Pascal being a matchup problem for anybody. But also TJ's pace and space, man, and his will to go out there and dominate, you know, at his level. It's fascinating to watch, man. It's great. It's great basketball.
No bullshit. They just couldn't keep up the aggression and the pace, man. It's so crazy. How's the best it's ever been? Is the NBA in a place to where we can say it's the best it's ever been? I think
classical. So. We're not playing off the same playbook every time down. We're playing read and react basketball. So I think once people start to recognize that people are reading and reacting, using their brains, playing on the fly, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
No, absolutely. I mean, you just said it best, you know, Steve. I think the playmaking that goes on in our league. I mean, I remember we did an earlier pod this year in one of our episodes, and you told me like in the 1995 season, you know, out of the top 10 points per game leaders, literally there's only one guy in the top 5 in assists, you know, and that was Michael Jordan at the time, you know, and you look at it now, 25, 30 years later, and out of the top 10 scores in the NBA, you have 5 or 6 guys in the top 10 in assists, you know, so the playmaking in our game, the defense, the different matchups that we see in our game, the different variables.
That is because, let's be honest, nigga, the quality of the talent on the role players got better.
You can see defensively, man-to-man, zone, guys are even pressing at times, 2-2-1 press that we haven't seen. I think that's great. You know, it's a beautiful thing to watch our game continue to evolve. And I think it's the sky's the limit. We're going to continue to do that. You know, it's beautiful.
Well, I have to give you a lot of credit for the playmaking. You know, let's like LeBron said, you know, nowadays you can't just be a scorer. If you're just a scorer, really you come off the bench. You know, you're a 6th man, 7th man, see if you're hot that night. Nowadays, if you want to be an elite player, you have to be a scorer and a playmaker. And I think you are a huge, huge part of that trend. You know, 100%.
Big, bringing the ball up. Not specifically him, but the whole generation.
We've seen happen, and I'll use LeBron as one of the pioneers, or you know, one of the trendsetters in this way. Is we're seeing a big physical athlete that can score, but is also passing, playmaking, but also playing cat and mouse, dissecting the defense, reading the defense, making the defense uncomfortable, making them make hard decisions. So now we're seeing the byproduct of that throughout the league, right? When I came in the league, way ago in the 90s, like LeBron said, you know, guys just come in and score. But nowadays, the defenses have gotten more sophisticated. You have to be able to read and react and play. So LeBron coming in the league, let's not forget, the leading scorer in NBA history.
Let's go.
Right here, the leading scorer, you know?
Let's go.
But also one of the greatest
League
passers and playmakers.
Like top 5 in the fifth.
Right? And one of the best
rebounder.
minds for the game. Mind the game?
Mind the game.
For the game out there. So you put that together, what are we seeing now? You know, we're seeing guys like Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic. You go around the league, you're seeing so many guys that are taking the ball and manipulating the defense and deciding, how are you playing me? Okay.
You mentioned, the Joker, Giannis, you know, so many guys. Not only
basketball is about adapting.
Every team is not built the way that they're built. So I think the best thing about our league and the best thing about coaching in our league is being able to adapt to the personnel that you have. You know, I just don't think that every team has the makeup to be able to play with the pace and space of Indiana and OKC. But the good thing about our league is what makes coaching so great in our league is being able to adapt to what you have. Adapt to your personnel, adapt to how you guys play, and then you start that from day one. This is how we're going to play. And there's going to be tweaks throughout the season, okay? Or maybe that didn't work out quite well for us early on, but you have a nucleus of how you want to play, and you follow that all the way throughout the whole regular season and into the postseason, and hopefully being able to play for a Larry O'Brien trophy. But it's all about your personnel. If you have the right personnel, the right coaching staff, they'll put them in the right position to succeed.
It's a great point. I think, like high school and college teams, you know, a lot of times the coach has been there for a while, has a blueprint. This is how we do it. Yeah, of course, you adapt and you adjust your team. NBA teams, I think the variance of adaptation is huge. Like, I don't think the Pacers set out this year and said, this is what we're going to be like. I think they built, they adapted, they built.
To do a work over time, and then you start beating people. You go on the run at the right time, and you just stick to what work. Sometimes it don't be, you feel me, overcomplicated, like how people might want to make it seem. While winning is a choice, I think winning is a choice because you have to adapt to the mindset that even if you take L's along the journey, no matter what the path is, you're going to continue to keep going. And eventually you get inching closer to that win or whatever value of success you might see that in being. It might be in capturing something, being first place in something, which there can only be one. So of course the idea of success in that is different for everybody because you're not first or last on certain things. But when your idea of success is, you feel me, being healthy, being productive, you know what I'm saying, the things that you can micromanage that can help you get better, then I think you start making better decisions over time. But that's the bell. Appreciate y'all chat. Hey, we getting up out of here. Mind the Game Pod. We come back next episode in a minute. See y'all in a second. Peace.